What's going on, everybody? You back rocking with your boy Sweet Science, you on the air. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications, because we're going to talk about it. So I know y'all saw the title of this video, and today what I want to talk about is the disrespect of Keith Thurman. Now, before I get into this, let me say that once upon a time, there was a time that Keith Thurman was one of my favorite welterweights. Back around probably 2017, 2018, around that time, when Keith was pulling up on fighters with his hair down and shit, looking like a fucking caveman. And you know the famous "better not duck me, son." Like, I think that was Danny he pulled up on, talking that rah-rah shit. That was when I was really fucking with Keith Thurman. When he got in the ring with Danny and they got to arguing and Danny was like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and a whole bunch of shit. Like, that was when I started liking Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He had some great fights. He had a classic with Sean Porter. He had some other notable wins. He almost got knocked out by Josecito Lopez. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was I remember standing up watching that fight thinking like, yo, this nigga is about to get fucking knocked out, bro. So but he was able to pull out the win versus Josecito Lopez. But where it started going downhill for Keith Thurman is that he would start talking in riddles whenever somebody, once he got those belts, whenever somebody would bring up Errol Spence. Like, he would be answering questions, straight answers, perfect understanding, no funny shit. And then somebody would ask him about when he plans on fighting Errol Spence and what's up with him and Spence. And then it's like he would get to talking in riddles and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Like, nigga, what? No, I asked when you plan on fighting Errol Spence Jr. If a car only goes 45 miles an hour and no one's around to see it, does it really go 45 miles an hour? Like, yo, Keith, what the fuck? What are you talking about, dog? Like, so that was when it started to go south for Keith Thurman, to the point where he just flat out one day, he was asked about fighting Errol Spence, and he just, and this sort of became iconic for Keith Thurman too. He just flat out was like, "Not gonna happen, baby." I don't I don't know if y'all remember that. It was pretty funny. Like, like at least he was straight up about ducking. He flat out was like, "Not gonna happen, baby." So that was where it started to go downhill for Keith Thurman. And then his hiatuses from the ring due to injuries. He's like the D Rose of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman. So that was where it started to go downhill for Keith Thurman, was the timeout, the injuries, and the ducking of Errol Spence. But with all that being said, Keith Thurman is still, in my opinion, one of the best welterweights in the world, and you cannot sleep on him. You know what I'm saying? So, right now, he was trying to position himself to get a fight with Ugas, because I guess he wants to fight Errol now, but he has nothing to lose now, so of course he wants to fight him. You know what I'm saying? But today I want to talk about the disrespect of Keith Thurman. Now that I've said all that, first thing I'm going to touch on is this whole Gervonta Tank Davis versus Keith Thurman talk. Listen, man, y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all going to get fucking Tank hurt, first and foremost. Like, Tank struggled with Mario Barrios. Now, I don't want nobody to take nothing I'm saying out of context. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta is one of my favorite fighters. I would say Wilder, Errol, and then Tank. But just because someone's my favorite fighter, you have to be realistic too. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn this air on, boy, because I'm in this bitch. I just left the gym and shit. But anyway, Tank is probably my third favorite active fighter. You know what I'm saying? So this is no slight towards Tank. But at the same time, where did Tank start? 130? 126? It might have been 130. He started at 130. You know what I'm saying? Tank, and on top of that, he's not really a tall guy. You know what I'm saying? He's got short arms, and he struggles with taller fighters. Look at the Leo Santa Cruz fight. Now, don't get me wrong. People are going to be like, well, what happened in the Leo? I'm not against Tank, so shut the fuck up. I'm not against Tank. But just because you you are a fan of somebody in boxing, y'all motherfuckers act like when you are a fan of somebody, y'all just act like that motherfucker could beat any and everybody. And that's not how it is, and that's not how it should be. You got to be realistic. And Keith Thurman is a career welterweight, dog. And Tank struggles with taller fighters. Look at the Leo Santa Cruz fight. Look at the Mario Barrios fight. Yes, Tank got knockouts over Leo Santa Cruz and Mario Barrios, but Keith Thurman is not no motherfucking Leo Santa Cruz and no motherfucking Mario Barrios. He got better defense. He hits harder than Leo Santa Cruz and Mario Barrios, so he got harder cracks. He's been in bigger fights than them too, so he got the experience. Keith Thurman got skills. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman got hands, so don't, just because he ducked Errol Spence and, he had some points in his career that we weren't that fond of and that we didn't like, we can't sit up here and shit on Keith Thurman or act like he ain't shit. Keith Thurman got cracks and Keith Thurman can scrap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, so, Leonard Ellerbe talking about Tank will knock Keith Thurman the fuck out. I'm not so sure about that. I think if Tank Davis were to move up to try to fight Keith Thurman, in my opinion, I think Tank is gonna get stopped. That's what I think. Tank has no fucking business. He has no business in the fucking ring with Keith one-time Thurman. Like I said, a career welterweight. And Tank is moving up from 130 to begin with. Now, y'all can bring up examples. Pacquiao moved, and Floyd Mayweather moved. Listen. Well, first of all, as of yet, Tank is not Manny Pacquiao, and he is damn sure, as of yet, not no motherfucking Floyd Mayweather. So, I don't care what they did. He's not, no two fighters are alike. Fighters are like snowflakes. And if you know anything about snowflakes, no two snowflakes are alike. So, no two fighters are alike. Fighters may have similarities. You know what I'm saying? But no two fighters are alike. You know what I'm saying? So, if Gervonta Tank, I think Leonard Ellerbe said that because, he's Team Tank. So he gotta say that. He gotta act like Tank can beat anybody from 130 probably to 147 to, I think that's probably where they'll stop, because 154 now you extra reaching. You know what I'm saying? So I think Leonard Ellerbe was supposed to say that. Him being Mayweather Promotions. Tank is Mayweather Promotions. So Leonard Ellerbe ain't supposed to go against Tank. So he was supposed to say that. But I think Leonard Ellerbe had to be realistic. I think he should have said something like, I think if he worked hard and he really dedicated himself harder than he ever has for any fight in his career, he had and gives himself the best chance that he's ever given himself in a fight in his career, then yeah, I think it's possible he could beat Keith Thurman. I would have accepted some shit like that. Maybe not verbatim worded like that, but you get what I'm saying. I would have accepted that, you know what I'm saying, that answer. But, Leonard Ellerbe talking about Tank will knock Keith Thurman the fuck out. I don't know about that. I'm not so sure about that, you know what I'm saying? And then, I'm sure people in the comments will try to, comment like I didn't know already. People will be like, well, Tank has sparred heavyweights, and they said he has power, and he hurts them. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if Keith Thurman were to crack a heavyweight's still gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's sparring with heavyweights, playing around. It ain't no heavyweight in there trying to kill Tank. It ain't no championship type fight where a heavyweight is like, you put fucking Tank in there with Luis Ortiz and watch what happened. Put Tank in there with Dominic Breazeale, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to this, and it's weight classes for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that, this whole Tank versus Keith Thurman talk, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. We need to stop disrespecting Keith Thurman. Like, we've disrespected him enough. We had our laughs at Keith's expense. You know what I'm saying? But come on now, Tank ain't beating no motherfucking Keith Thurman, bro. Now, the other thing I want to address is, I remember not too far back, not too long ago, there was an interview with Clarissa Shields, and we've all heard Clarissa Shields, and I love Clarissa Shields. Don't dare try me. Don't act like I'm not Team Clarissa Shields too. The GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Because she is the GOAT. She just crossed over to the UFC, not permanently, but she crossed over to the UFC and got a motherfucking knockout. So as far as I'm concerned, in boxing, motherfucking Clarissa Shields is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Layla Ali. I love Layla Ali. I love Ann Wolf. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who of course you know who Layla Ali is. If you don't know who Ann Wolf is, the boxer, I suggest you do your research. You know what I'm saying? So I love Clarissa Shields, so do not get it twisted. But, we've all heard Clarissa Shields say she thinks she could beat some men around her weight, and maybe she can. Some men at the bottom of the totem pole around her weight. But if she fights any top male fighters in her weight class, come on, man. I love Clarissa Shields, but no. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things she said is she feels like, I don't know how he came up, if she just named him off the top or if the person talking to her named him, but they got on the subject of Keith Thurman, and Clarissa Shields said that she thinks she could beat Keith Thurman. Man, come on, man. We gotta stop the disrespect of Keith Thurman. This shit is getting ridiculous. This shit's getting ridiculous. Like, I love Clarissa Shields, man. She is the quote. But I don't even really want to sit up here and talk about what would happen if Keith fought her, because that's a fucking male versus female. That's not right, man. But, I mean, shit, since she touched on it, I'll say this in one time only, you know what I'm saying? If she were to fight Keith Thurman and he was actually like not give a fuck that she was a female and fight her like a dude, Keith Thurman's gonna stop her or knock her out. You know what I'm saying? You know, but other than that, man, that's all I really wanted to touch on. I wanted to say. That's all I really see that shit shaking? Car shaking. That's all I really want to touch on, and I wanted to say again, you rocking with Sweet Science. You're on the air. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications, and I'm gone.